League Grand Finals. We have Whelps, we have Ignite, Puggles, Jaegers. You guys take it away.
All right, thank you, Rocker Man. As he said, we're moving into the Novice Grand Finals here. So, looking at what we all know and what we just went over, I'm surrounded here by Ignite lovers and Whelps haters. So, Jaegers, I know you were gonna go into why you are choosing this Ignite team. So please enlighten me. Why should I change my prediction?
Well, Ignite's just been on a 6 game run going into playoffs. They took down the 1 seed, took down, I believe it was the 4 seed, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, and they've just been popping off lately. Just very mechanical team, and they're just fun to watch. Rooney, very mechanical. Vita has the shooting down pat, and Charles, a great third man. But if you go on the flip side, Puggles, it is going to be a close one, led by Jeff Masters. They got Grebsy, Mr. Marino, who's been a shooting legend. I do see this one going the distance, like I said earlier. But I mean, just Ignite just has that spunk, and they have so much momentum right now. They're just a really fun team to watch.
Yeah, I will give you that. They are very fun to watch. I was watching. Every time that I turn on the Ignite series, Rooney seems to hit some insane shot. He had some insane wall read in the Pawn series, and then against Spitfires, I think he had some corner read, which he one-upped himself when he didn't have to. So that was pretty insane. So yeah, I agree. They are a fun team to watch, but I mean, you got Whelps. They're just, in my opinion, the more consistent team over the entire season. Like you said, Ignite, they had to win out for their in order to even make playoffs. So, but Whelps, they didn't have to do that. They started off so well, and maybe you can tell me a little bit more on how it all started for Whelps here.
No, yeah, Welp started off the season 8-0, and then they kind of faltered a little bit, dropping the majority of their last games. So they started out hot. A lot of people were pegging them to be the 1 seed and the favorite going into the season, especially with that pick of Jeff Masters early in the draft by Biscuit. And Biscuit was telling me beforehand he was very excited for this Whelps team. But just towards the end of the season, it kind of flipped. I mean, Ignite just went on this ridiculous run. So it's really a tale of two streaks almost.
Yeah, absolutely. You did say Ignite playing really well, and then Whelps, they did dip off a little bit, and that is why they got this 3rd seed. But you gotta give credit to all the other novice teams. It was very very close throughout the entire way. So 3 teams tied with 12 wins in novice. Very close and a little top heavy, if you do get my opinion. But like you said, Ignite, they're running through the competition right now. 4-0 against Pawns, 4-2 against Spitfires. But Whelps, they took it to 3 against Ninjas their first round to get warmed up, and then 4-0 against Frost. And you said Whelps in 7. You said Ignite in 7. I said Whelps in 7. So we are looking forward to that. But we have a player. Actually, everyone's in the lobby. We're getting ready to go. And yeah, anything else you want to add before we get started here, Jaegers?
No, I'm just ready for the grand finals to finally get started. We've been waiting all season for this, and finally the culmination is underway.
Yeah, like you said, we have waited all season, starting all the way back in May with the draft and first weeks of games, and now these teams, they've changed up their rosters to get to this point. But so far, the roster that's looking the best is Ignite, starting off super early with Rooney, getting some pressure on net, but not to be outdone. Jeff Masters marching all the way down the field, throwing it off the backboard, but getting stopped by Ignite. Mr. Marino trying to get in the corner, but Rooney clears it out to Charles. Charles throwing it in the corner. And a bit of a double commit from this Whelps team. Something we're going to have to look out for from both of these rosters is the double commits. See if those can be capitalized on, even down here in the Novice League. as Rooney, or Charles, he's looking like Rooney out there, balling 3 of the Whelps, but not able to get a good opportunity on net. But Rooney able to stand tall so far, and Jaegers, it's been quiet. Just kidding. Charles, he's going to put in the first goal for Ignite.
No, as you were saying, it's quiet. It looked like Charles was shooting almost immediately. Just a nice pass by Rooney off the wall. And no by back post for the Whelps. That is a very dangerous aspect of this Ignite offense, Puggles. They put one shot off the sidebar, and then there's just another Ignite member to follow up immediately. So that's how they get a lot of their goals.
Yeah, so those counterattacks are going to be something to look out for, as they already got 1 goal for it from Mitch Charles, set up by Rooney. But, you know, this Whelps offense, it seems like they're going to favor demos here, as Jeff Masters and Grebsy both getting demos here early off in the game. But nothing's coming from it, as Rooney already up in the air, trying to put it off the backboard for a teammate, but not able to score. It's just Masters. He has an open net, and Whelps, they bring it, or they tie it up here.
Just a nice clear by Grebsy. Is Charles unable to get the touch, and Jeff Masters punishes him for it. And just like that, we have a tied ball game. Game 1 of Grand Finals.
Yeah, so both of these teams scoring off counterattacks. We're gonna see if that's gonna be the moral of all of this this novice action today. There's Rooney, a big clear off the ceiling, able to follow it up, get a big double touch, as Charles not able to follow it up himself, and the ball's gonna get cleared over the Ignite's heads. Rooney able to make it back in time. Jeff trying to get a shot on net, but Charles able to save it away. But Jeff staying onto this ball, not wanting to be outdone, staying on the offense, as the wall read a little awkward for the Ignite defense, as Grebsy gets another demo onto It's Charles. Mr. Marino working the corner, but Rooney is there to stop him. He takes it out, takes it over too. He has an open net, but he's going to be able to follow it, and it's going to go in, as Ignite, they get another counterattack goal.
Just a nice outplay by Rooney. Nice little air dribble. 2 Whelps players get caught double committing for that, and Rooney's just going to pass the ball around them and just dribble the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, and Jaegers, I got to ask, what does this Whelps team, you know, I'm already seeing a little signs of double commit, and it seems like they're getting a little nervous here. So, Whelps, what do you think they need to do in order to stop this super mechanical player of Rooney?
Yeah, I think they just need a challenge early, and then just have them beat 2 people. Vita gonna put a nice shot on target, but Mr. Marino gonna save it away. But yeah, no, I think they just need to have one person challenge him, and then another person behind to collect. They just need, I'm trying to discipline on defense. And if they have good discipline, they should be all right going forward.
Yeah, discipline, making sure one of those players go, and definitely not 2 of them, as we've seen it go pretty badly for the Whelps so far. But a big 50, it goes off the backboard, but Grebsy not enough boost to make it, and Vita trying to get it out, but Marino able to hold it in, and it's Charles trying to save the day, but gets the ball away from Whelps only momentarily. But Rooney able to pick up some boost, get a big clear out to his teammate, as Charles pushes it all the way down the field, but he's not going to be the first one to the ball, as Whelps, they're swarming it right now, as Marino down to Jeff Masters. Vita up, trying to stop Grebsy, but a huge takeoff from him of Jeff Masters off the backboard. Marino's there, trying to work around this defense so far.
Nice
but
shot.
A little bit of a missed touch from Charles, and a nice shot from Jeff Masters.
And just a lot of pressure coming out for this Whelps offense, forcing the Ignite defense to make a mistake, and Jeff Masters makes him pay, tying up this game and putting in his 2nd goal of the series.
Yeah, Jeff Masters, that player to look out for from the Whelps. Both of these teams have all-star level players. As Marino, a huge dunk onto Rooney, shutting down that clear opportunity.
Oh
but
my.
a triple commit from Ignite, but a big dunk once again from Vita. As Grebsy is going to pass it over to Marino, as he takes it up the wall, trying to send it mid, but Rooney able to read it quickly, as Vita, he's there, not going to beat out Grebsy, but the ball is still dangerous.
Oh
Jeff
my,
is there,
no.
but not able to get a great 50 of this. Charles able to get in another goal.
Just a lot of pressure coming out from this Ignite offense. The Whelps defender just gets an unfortunate touch, pops the ball up, and it just waterfalls down, leaving the net open for its Charles to put in the back of the net and put his team up by 1 with 30 seconds left. Let's see if Ignite can hold off and take this game 1 victory.
As they're looking to do so as a bit of a double commit once again, 2 times in a row from Whelps. They're starting to panic a little bit here, but
Oh my!
this is a shot on net. It's gonna go in, and panicking. It seems to be working right now for Whelps.
Yeah, no, Jeff Masters has shown up to play, putting in the hat trick and tying up this game with 20 seconds left. I don't want to jinx it, Puggles, but we could be going to OT in this game 1.
The big first game or OT here is both of these teams coming out swinging, but Jeff Masters, he's gonna shut down that attack really quickly as Marino gets a huge pop.
Oh my!
He has a good chance on net. 2 go, but Marino nowhere to be found for Whelps as Charles, he's gonna go the length of the field, but the ball, it's still up in the orange half, but it's gonna hit the ground. And like you said, we have our very first overtime here in game 1.
Puggles, that could have been a game-winning shot right there. Jeff Masters puts one target, but Is Charles makes it back in time. And as far as momentum goes, I don't know who has upper hand here.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It's a little difficult to really tell which team has the momentum, but right now, Whelps, they're on the offensive half. They have the better opportunities.
Oh my, Charles!
But Charles, a huge angle looking after his teammate Rooney. But unfortunately, it's going to get saved away. The highlight level goal, but not quite able to be enough as Charles, he outdoes one. Vita, he has a good opportunity on net. Jeff Masters puts it up in the air, but Rooney's there striking off the backboard, not able to put it in. As Grebsy, he's going to miss the clear, but Moreno, he has it as Vita stretching out to make that save, but he's able to get it nonetheless as Vita, he's going to take the ball off of
Oh my.
He has an open net. Jeff Masters, awkward on the back end.
Yeah, no, Grebsy gets an awkward touch, and Vita just going to pop the ball up, getting a searching shot, and Jeff Masters just gets caught on the back foot with the ball soaring above his head. What a not the way you want to win a game 1, but you know, a win's a win.
It definitely is. Ignite, they start off strong, but they end up scraping their way through this first game. But Whelps, they had a great comeback here as we get ready for game 2. I mean, Whelps, they looked so good, but like you said, the discipline, just personally for me, it didn't seem like it was quite there for from Whelps.
Absolutely, and you know, Puggles, that just could come down to on-stream nerves, Game 7 nerves. Anything's possible. This is like you don't want to lose this. You don't want that second place tag. Whenever you're this close to first place, but I mean, the Whelps, they just need a challenge early on Rooney's offense, just because he's a very mechanical player. His game sense isn't always there, so he'll sometimes air dribble where he doesn't need to air dribble. But sometimes the Whelps just need him, like, challenge him make a mistake, and then collect the ball as a second man. You can't double commit on a team like Ignite, who are such a mechanical team, and if you mess up, they'll make you pay.
Yeah, absolutely. As we saw, Charles, he had an opportunity there to put it away in overtime earlier, but he just couldn't quite find the angle, which, you know, was quite unfortunate. It was an insane corner read, but I mean, it's just crazy that they that happened. So now we're just getting a few things sorted out here for before the next game. But Ignite, like you said, Rooney, sometimes he air dribbles when he doesn't need to, and I think one of those times in that overtime is when he looked for the backboard to try and slam it or try to get a double touch, but he really could just put it on target. I think it would have gone in.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes in Rocket League, you just need to put the ball on target, and but I mean, he's going for these high level plays, and in Novice, like, sometimes you don't even need that. You just need to put the ball on target because the defense isn't always there, Puggles. So sometimes you just need to put on shots on target as opposed to going for low percentage, really flashy plays. Like that might work really well in the higher league, but I mean, in a league like Novice, you don't. You just need to shoot the ball.
No, I definitely agree, and we did see that as the defense wasn't there for every time, from both Ignite and Whelps to make the save. So I think for Whelps to really come back and get some good offense, it's really going to come down to counterattacks and seeing if this Whelps team can get it by Rooney and make sure that they only need one guy to shut him down early, like you said. So the discipline from Whelps needs to be a little bit improved, but I do think they definitely have it within them to do that, Jaegers.
Absolutely. I mean, even game one was an extremely close game. And I mean, this has all the makings for a 7 game series. I mean, it's also possible we do get a really close sweep, which would be disappointing. Um, but I mean, let's hope for the best. Let's get these grand finals kicked off with a bang. We have a long day ahead of us. And I'm just excited to kick it off with you.
Yeah, I am too, but it seems like we're still having a little bit of technical difficulties. So as we keep getting those set up, I mean, let's just look forward to maybe the series after this real quick. It is going to be Minotaurs and Melons, where both of these teams, Melons the number 1 seed coming in, Minotaurs the 7th seed, had to come in through plans. Just very quick reactions, just so everyone knows what to watch when what's coming up next.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Melons and Minotaurs should be a good one. That's another one I do see going the distance. Um, I don't know, like the Melons have been so good all season, and then Minotaurs just had this resurgence. And I mean, I could see either one winning, but I do in fact see Minotaurs taking it, like I predicted earlier.
Yeah, like you said, or yeah, you were right in what you said earlier for Minotaurs. But I mean, Minotaurs, like you said, they came out of nowhere. But I remember beginning of the season, there were 3 top teams. It was Bandits, who were the number 1 seed that Minotaurs beat, and then it was my team, the Vipers, back when we had Josh, and then it was Minotaurs with Rogue, but unfortunately Rogue had some PC issues throughout the entire regular season, so he wasn't able to be there. But now it looks like, well, all 3 of those teams, they did end up making it to playoffs, but only Minotaurs can make it to the grand finals. They ran through both of those preseason top teams, and now they're playing the currently top rated team of Melons, who are looking pretty good here, but unfortunately they don't have Alex, who is probably the best player in Prospect right now.
Absolutely. I mean, Alex is a, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be a rival next season. Uh, so it could be very scary. For I mean, if he was in fact playing, unfortunately, he did have a bit of a ban, but would have would have been a very scary offense. This Melon seems still good nonetheless, though.
Yeah, this Melons team subbing in Adala, who was on Vipers for a bit of time. He is very good in his own right, so very glad to see him go all the way to the grand finals. And he was playing really well in these earlier matches as well. So he's looking just phenomenal as a great stand-in for this Melons team here.
Absolutely. I mean, the band really did just pop off. And like I don't know, a lot of people kind of saw the Gladiators maybe being the favorite ever since they lost Alex, but Adola really just stepped up into his role and acted like nothing happened.
Yeah, and that was the semifinal match after Gladiators. They did I believe they perfectly swept Warhawks in that quarterfinal. So, Gladiators, they had a bunch of momentum, but unfortunately they weren't able to outdo the beast that is Melon. So, but coming back here to our novice matchup, we still have
All right.
Ignite and
Sorry to cut in here.
oh my.
We're actually need to mute this here. Sorry to cut in here. We are gonna switch the streamers real quick. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but the stream is gonna be down for just a quick second, and then we'll be right back with the Novice League Grand Finals, which should be starting very shortly. So appreciate you guys being patient with us, and we'll be back in just a second here.